an endorsement meeting. Now, this 48-page prospectus of mine was delivered. I printed 5,000 of these, and I delivered this to this year. If you want to find this is sitting in Parliament since 1998.
Oh, okay.
All right. And so when the Kroc brothers visit President Nelson Mandela, they ask him to endorse to endorse them as the visionaries for the Apartheid Museum.
Had President Mandela seen this prospectus?
Now, on the 29th of January 1999, my prospectus is out in 1998, right? In 1999, Mr. Mandela writes to me, and he says that he's had an opportunity to see the prospectus, and his last sentence says, "I believe that this is good for nation building." Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not within 60 days of that, the Kroc brothers visit Mr. Mandela, and they say to him, "Well, you know, we want to be," and Zakes tells the story, and you can read the story, it's in his book, okay?
Yeah.
So he tells the story about how they're sitting there and they're asking Mr. Mandela to endorse it. And Mr. Mandela says, "You know, every time I see you, I see money."
Mr. Mandela telling the Kroc brothers.
Yes. And Zakes says he giggles and he promises that he will give more money. Now, when the Krocs have decided to steal this thing, right? They decide to steal, to switch from Freedom Park and to Watchcall. There's these newspapers that put Mandela and the Krocs, Mandela and the Krocs, Mandela and the Krocs. And I'm kind of like, at that time, hold on, Zakes book comes out in 2011.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Now, so when I see this Mandela, the media connecting Mandela with the Krocs, I ask my attorney and my advocate, let's go there and go and warn them that these are criminals that are falsely associating Mr. Mandela with their theft of my intellectual property. The guy's name at that time, now it's Sello Hatang. At that time that we went there, it was Vern Harris. Vern Harris is Sello Hatang's predecessor. So we go into this meeting, and I say to them, does Mr. Mandela know these guys? These are low-life criminals. Abraham and Solomon Kroc are low-life criminals out of the Jewish community. And I keep on seeing this. So Sello Hatang and Vern Harris tell us that we mustn't take it seriously. Everybody wants to be with Mandela.
But meanwhile,
sorry to interrupt, but we then take that as being, well, what more can you say? You know, and we know that happens. So what more can we say? And we walk away from there. They deny that, right? It's then in 2011, Zakes publishes his book. Sello Hatang and Vern Harris knew that the Krocs were there and they were doing. Up until Zakes publishes the book, I did not know that Mr. Mandela was in a corrupt relationship with Gold Reef City Casino.
But then if you look at the timeline now, when you look at it in retrospect, 98, they want that temporary license.
Yeah.
And then they pick on what you had already trademarked.
Yes.
Then 99, they start getting these high-powered people to back them up.
Now,
and like you said, you didn't have any powerful people linking yourself, and then you lose it in 2001. That must be a bit of a tragedy.
Yeah, it's and the approach that they did was right, because white people had created this saint out of Mandela, didn't they? And by the way, just as a matter of interest, Mandela's twice been implicated in taking bribes.
Oh, is it?
Yes, he was implicated with Sol Kersner and the bribe, and that's when that whole Bantu Holomisa thing takes effect. Remember that?
Yeah.
The Sol Kersner giving a bribe to the African National Congress through you know that story. It's a true story. You can look it up. Sol Kersner and Wachko. So Mr. Mandela has been doing this for a while. So when the Crocs associate themselves with Mr. Mandela, the world then says, this guy, where's this guy coming from? Even Mandela said that the Crocs did this. But Mr. Mandela did it at a price. He took his pound of flesh, as the African National Congress will always take its pound of flesh.